So I want to introduce to you Silke Pflueger. If you have not seen her yet, she's running for state senate, essentially against a bunch of guys in the Republican Party, but the formidable candidate we think is Brian Dahle. So we hope you'll support Silke. Come on up, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what she thinks about how she wants to represent us. So thanks for welcoming her. Here we go.
Thanks, Atara, and thanks all of you Indivisibles. I'm so proud of you. I am, if you don't know, I'm the co-founder of Tahoe Truckee Indivisible, and so seeing big Indivisible groups somewhere else is just really awesome. And getting together for an event like this, we in Tahoe can only dream of that because we like to ski and be outdoors and so on, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm running for state senate and I'm getting a lot of questions that are not exactly saying, are you nuts? But yeah, that's what they mean. So of course this is like a super red district, but if we don't keep on working it, if we don't show up, if we just leave the field to supposed moderates like Brian Dahle, that's not really how we get progress. That's also not how we win the congressional districts the next time around. So I'm here to stand up against Brian Dahle and then the other guys which are even worse. You know, Kevin Kiley. Then there's a guy called Theodore Juba whose first words at the Immigrant Forum were, my grandfather came here and he worked very hard, and I'm against all immigrants, you know, and his grandfather came from Poland. Yeah. So I'm an immigrant, as you can tell, and I have heard my share of go back home if you don't like it. I happen to like it here, and that's why I'm running. So what do I stand for? I stand for accessible and affordable healthcare, because right now, especially in the rural areas, it's not accessible. And anywhere it's not affordable. I had breast cancer and I got very lucky, but I helped some other women through it afterwards, and I was appalled what what this country that wants to be #1 country in the world puts on people. You know, the first thought when you hear you have cancer should be, how do I get healthy again? And instead it's, oh my God, how am I going to pay for that? So that is just wrong. My second big issue, and I've lived in fire-prone country since I moved to California in '97. You all live here and you're probably scared as hell after what happened in Paradise. We need to be more proactive on fire resiliency, on helping communities to develop plans, to develop fire resiliency, and we also need to stand for people after a disaster has struck. So a friend of mine up in Truckee raised money after the Paradise Fire, and she bought 10 trailers. She helped people to get back on their legs, and I think FEMA supplied 23 trailers. So she and whoever donated to it essentially was half of FEMA, and we can't let that happen. We also need to ensure that everybody has fire insurance. We all get earthquake insurance through this federal fund or the state. We need to put something like this in for fire, because we can't, just because somebody made the decision to move up here, 10, 20 years ago, we can't say you can't get insurance anymore and essentially force them into never being able to move anymore. And then my last point is jobs. That's especially hard on the North State. I mean, we have a booming economy and we have record employment, but there's still so many kids up in the North State, in the Sierras, that have to leave because there's no jobs there. So the district is really good on exporting children and water, and we need to stop that. And we need apprenticeship programs, and we need to bring vocational training back to high schools, and I will most certainly work on that. And on the apprenticeship trainings, there is 14 or 15 states on the East Coast that have apprenticeship trainings, and we don't have it here. I know that the new superintendent of California, he is putting a focus on it. That's really good, and I want to help make that a reality. So where do we go from here? You all probably have gotten your voter pamphlet, and you found out that I'm not in there. I don't have a candidate statement in there. Why is that? Because it was $14,039. So I have a couple of asks for you. The first one is spread the word. Spread the word that I'm the only Democrat on there and that I'm here to stand for the rural citizens of this district. The other Democrat you probably all know is a state of Jefferson guy, so he's not a Democrat and he's since dropped out. Of course you can't drop out, that's how dead people get elected, so he's still on the ballot. But please, 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 talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors and tell them that if they want real representation here, they need to vote for me. The second one is, as I said, it's really, really expensive to run. I am not Brian Daly, who's really a corporate shill. I'm not Kevin Kiley, who takes money from Purdue Pharma and PG&E, the people he rails against, you know, but whose side is he really on? I really need help. I need contributions. You all got these nice little envelopes. I also need help with phone banking. So we've written a lot of postcards. We have a few more postcards to write, but after that it's really up to phone banking, and we have a sign-up sheet in the back. And really all I need is your name. Name would be good, but your email address, because then we can set you up with the phone bank. Also, if you have a group of people, you know, we can set you all up with phone banking, because at this point, it's all about getting out the vote. I don't need to convince a single state of Jefferson guy. I don't need to convince a single, you know, Republican to vote for me. It's all about, if all of us go to the votes, I can win this thing. You know, chances probably not very high, but we really, really need to get everybody out. And so with that, I leave it, and thank you all.
Can I take a quick question?
I think Nevada County will probably vote for you, but we're pretty strong here. But can we call other places besides those in Nevada County?
Yeah, so we'll set the phone bank up that it goes to any voters in the district. So the district goes from Siskiyou County, includes Redding, Modoc County, Lassen, Plumas, Sierra, Nevada, parts of Plaza, all of El Dorado, all the 1,200 people in Alpine County, and parts of Sacramento. So yes, I mean, it's a lot of people. The district is 920,000 people, I think about 500,000 registered voters. So there's a lot of people to call. Luckily, it's not that many Democrats to call. So if every registered Democrat would vote, we would have this in the bag. But you know, we need to get people to vote. Any more questions?
Tell us when the election is.
March 26th. Thank you. March 26th is the primary, but especially in Nevada County, it's all vote by mail. So I hope you have all voted. I voted today.
Thank you. Okay. Any other announcement before? Yes. Do you have a question?
A question about how this election came to be. Did somebody resign?
Yes, because we have these fiscally responsible Republicans. So Ted Gaines, who was our state senator, in the middle of his term decided to run for the Board of Equalization, and he won. So he had to resign his current Senate seat, so that triggered a new special election, which is going to cost all these counties a lot of money. And the two of the four people I'm running against are sitting assemblymen, so if one of them wins, that'll trigger the next special election. because these fiscally responsible Republicans really like special elections, spending other people's money. So this is why it's on. And the 4 people that are running against me is Brian Daly, who is the 81 Assemblyman, Kevin Kiley, who is in 86, that's the Sacramento suburbs, a guy called Rex Heim, who claims he is not a career politician, but his bio goes back to the Reagan administration, and a guy called Juba, who doesn't like immigrants.
Yes.
So can she kind of explain how this primary works? Can she got 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat in the primary, or?
4 Republicans, me, that other guy that kind of died. His father-in-law actually came to an event I was at yesterday,
No story.
and he hated him. So anyway, jungle primary, so the top 2 vote getters advance to the general on June 4th. But unless one has 50% plus 1 vote.
So you're all in the pool together?
Yes.
You're all voting on the whole
Yes.
for this primary?
Yes.
Okay.